Champions League predictions. Final. Bayern Munich versus Paris Saint-Germain.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions. Finally, we've reached the end of the season. Oh my God, it has finally come to an end in only about 12 days and it all starts again. But we have reached the final of the Champions League. These last few rounds have been great. It's been quick fire, but they've been some fantastic games. Obviously, we've got a great final lined up for you. There's no timestamps because there's only the one game. So it's just a matter of me saying thank you to everyone that supports us on this channel. We really appreciate any thumbs up and any likes you give us on the video. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to, hit that subscribe button. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Thomas, let's jump straight into this final. Should be an excellent game. We've got two sides in really good form. They both come through comprehensively in the semi-finals. We both expected Bayern to do that. I know we were kind of split on the RB Leipzig PSG game, but PSG were excellent, Thomas, I have to say. Probably one of the best performances. They seem to be getting better. They were only sort of playing a few warm-up games before the Champions League. So they've kind of paced themselves really well to improve every single game. And they really just were a cut above RB Leipzig. I thought.
They were value for money, and they were value for money in a way they've never been in the knockout stages.
Agreed.
Looked like they knew they were going to win from the off. They were confident. Mbappe and Neymar both played like some of the world's best players, and I think not Mbappe, but Neymar, you can normally say, has failed in a lot of big moments in his career, unfortunately. But he was unplayable. Yeah, absolutely right. He was. As I say, that's two excellent performances, almost like more mature version of Neymar. If you say, you haven't seen so much pantomime acts rolling around on the ground trying to get people booked and sent off and feigning injury, which is nice to see. You'd rather see the quality footballer being a quality footballer, but he has been amazing. Other than his finishing, he's been outstanding in these last two games. I think he hit the post twice. He really could have scored a goal early on, which would have set the tone. Pretty much like in the last round as well. He should have got a goal early. But RB Leipzig, they played okay, but they really missed any sort of cutting edge. I mean, we talked about them not having Werner, and that just seemed to make a massive difference in this game because a lot of their approach play was pretty good. But when they got into the final third, they just didn't have anyone there. And PSG could be patient and just pick them off, really. The first goal was a excellent ball in from Di Maria, who you talk about Neymar and Mbappe were both amazing. Di Maria was probably better than both of them, I would say. A really good get. Really put his Man United days behind him. Sorry, I had to get that dig in. Brilliant ball in. Marquinhos, who's now become a clinical goal scorer, got the first goal. Second goal, terrible mistake by the keeper. But I think you want to talk more about a quality bit of skill by Neymar and Di Maria, don't you? Oh, no, but seriously, this is the difference between Neymar even a year ago and Neymar this year. Great ball in. I think it's Di Maria again, but I'm not sure on the right wing. Clips the ball in that you're never going to score from. And Neymar just flicks the ball perfectly. Back heel, leaves his defender dead, gives it to Di Maria, who can even take a touch before putting it in the back of the net. And this was the difference to me for PSG. Neymar played like a teammate, not like it was his competition to win.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Second half was very much, again, RB Leipzig tried, but you just felt like the goal was never going to come. And PSG were especially like those front three were like sharks in the water, really, just like picking them off, smelling blood, and then hitting them time and time again. It's amazing they only got the one goal in the second half, but one goal is all they needed. Although, again, RB Leipzig, comedy of errors. Defender slips, pretend he's been fouled. Everyone stands around thinking it's offside, but the guy on the floor is playing everyone on. And sad, there's not a lot of love in Germany for RB Leipzig, but they'll be back. They're still going to be a good side.
Why did he pretend he was fouled?
I don't know.
I still don't get this.
He's a little bit embarrassed and hoped he could kind of cheat the referee into giving a quick free kick, and then that might stop them from attacking. But it didn't work. But RB Leipzig will be back next season. It'd be interesting to see what changes they make to their side. Nagelsmann seemed pretty relaxed in the press conference afterwards, feeling like he's going to have plenty more chances to win this competition. But PSG into their first final is it the first final ever or the first final for God knows how long? Yeah. So Yeah, they've been waiting a long time for it, but unfortunately, they are going to have a very stern test.
So Bayern have been imperious for the whole competition. Obviously, they beat Barcelona 8-2 in the quarterfinal one-off match, and thank God Barcelona didn't have to play them twice, because that would have been a cricket score.
Well, as I say, 0-0's technically a cricket score, but so
I knew you'd say it. I set you up and I went quiet to allow it.
But surely this is a bad performance, isn't it? Because they should have beat Lyon like 20-0.
So I think this is and we'll talk about what I think will happen in the game, but like Lyon set out really well. They knew what they were going to do it. They tried to challenge the wings and like really push high and use their pace, as well as make runners in behind, which they saw Barcelona do, and they saw Barcelona get 2 goals, and Barca probably could have had 4 or 5, for being totally honest. Wayward finishing, though, affected Lyon in this game, and they hit the post early. A couple good saves from Neuer. Neuer even came out like 20 yards out of his goal, and you might say Memphis Depay probably should have scored and didn't.
Oh, he should have scored. You can't miss those chances. You cannot miss these chances against Bayern.
And you got the feeling once they'd missed those couple chances and hit the post, Bayern really do grow into matches. They tend to start slightly slow. We saw it against Barca. They'll give up chances, especially at the beginning. And then they went and got their goal, and Serge Gnabry scored an absolute peach, beats a couple men. He's about 18 yards out and hoons it into the corner. No way of stopping it. Then later on...
Well, I think I just literally texted you, didn't I, saying Lyon are playing really well.
Yeah.
Like saying like he's doing a really good job, Lyon. And then literally Bayern are just like, well, you didn't score your chances. This is what we can do when we get a go. And incredible goal. A wonderful goal.
The second goal, Gnabry starts the move, drives into the center, plays it out wide. Peach of a cross comes in, a peach. And it's right at Lewandowski's feet. And he somehow manages to double kick it and then get a third strike at the ball right into the goalkeeper. But Gnabry's right behind him, gets the rebound. It's 2-0. I think for me, and I'm pretty sure I texted you then, I said, this is game over. Let's record now. Glad we didn't, because in the 88th minute, Lewandowski finally came good. And this is a real performance that makes you know this is the best team in Europe. Their best player, their top goal scorer, 55 goals on the year, Robert Lewandowski, spent 87 minutes trying to not score. He did everything he could to not put the ball in the back of the net. He twice blocked shots from 18 yards by teammates. All he was a scourge to the Bayern Munich attack, and they still managed to end up with 3. He managed to get his header at the end, which is really good, really nice finish. I think it's a Coman cross. I'm actually not sure. No, it wasn't. It was someone took the free kick. It might have been.
It was some lad who's come in from the youth team. He looked about 8.
Let's go with Benjamin Pavard in that case, because Pavard's never looked about a day over 8. And he gets his goal. But this was such an odd game because Lewandowski really tried to not let them win. Perisic was just a black hole on the left-hand side of the pitch. And this really... They've gone through because of Serge Gnabry. And let's remember, Serge Gnabry was a massive failure at West Brom. Something you and I had both forgotten until we were reminded that it was West Brom he's playing for. And this is this weird thing that seems to hit players. Some of them can't play in the Premier League. And we love the Premier League, so I think we use this argument like it's too physical, blah, blah, blah. The German league is insanely physical. It is back and forth, full of teams that set up defensively and try and smash you apart. So I don't think it's that. I think some players just need more time than others. And in the Premier League, you get 1 year and that's it. Mm-hmm. You get 1 year. If you don't do it, you're out. And that's what happened to Serge Gnabry. And he was world class today. He won a game for Bayern Munich in a Champions League semi-final. I mean, like...
And that's weird how that's all the way down the league. You can kind of understand it a little bit if a player... Man United spend a lot of money on a player and he doesn't hit it off and the fans lose patience. But that seems to go all the way down the league, that fans just have no patience for players anymore.
None whatsoever. Gnabry's been given time in this team. They were talking about it earlier. Manuel Neuer is the most expensive player Bayern Munich signed at 27 million.
Wow,
They've homegrown 3 or 4 of them, and no one cost over 15 after that.
Yeah, I know they were just they were talking about Davis as only 9 million. They might have to give another million if they win the Champions League, which is just like chump change for a player that good. But let's just say, even in the second half, I thought Lyon had some chances. They could have come back into it. They were just wayward, but great performance for them to get to the semi-finals. Bayern Munich very much played this game like a cat sort of playing with its food, just sort of batting it back and forth, knew they were winning. If Lyon would have got a goal, you know that laser focus would have come from Bayern. They probably would have ended up winning 5-1. Bayern, when Barca got their second goal, that's when Bayern all of a sudden kicked in and got those like 5, 6, 7, 8 goals, didn't they? So it would have happened in this one. They were just quite content to just sort of knock it around. And really, they won, as you said, without Lewandowski and without Müller really doing anything.
There was a moment. I don't know if you had the fake fan noise on, but I can't stand it, and I love listening to what's actually happening. And at one point, I'm pretty sure Hansi Flick in English was screaming, "Thomas, run! Thomas, run! Thomas!" And you could just hear this. And Thomas Müller was just walking about, I'm not.
Was he like that? Was he like that woman from the Tom and Jerry cartoons where you could only see like his stockings?
Thomas. He actually get a broom out and start trying to chase him. You know. But
there's no one called Jerry on the pitch.
This Bayern team were so good in the quarters. They were really professional in the semifinals. I mean, what is this? They scored 11 goals and conceded 2 in the last 2 games.
But I would say also probably Paris Saint-Germain have a very similar record with goals scored and against in the Champions League. I think they've only conceded 4 goals in the whole competition, so they've improved a lot at the back. And I'm fascinated by how this final's going to go. I really can't wait to watch it. I can't wait how Bayern, who sometimes look a little bit lackadaisical at the back, how they deal with Neymar and how they deal with Mbappe.
The only way PSG win this game is if Neymar and Mbappe score in the first 15 minutes. Because this Bayern Munich team have shown in almost every game we've ever watched them play, and I'm going to harp back to Bayer Leverkusen, they can concede 1 as well and still win the game. You have to put 2 or 3 past them. You need to give yourself clear daylight because this team is way above anything else in this competition. Mm-hmm. This is the best team in the league. For some reason, when they beat Barcelona, it was, oh my God, how bad are Barca? No, how good are Bayern? Bayern forced them into that, and Bayern have 2 styles of play, and in this they played a totally different style to the Barcelona one. Against Barcelona, they pressed as far up as they could, and they harassed them because they knew this team could not compete under pressure. Against Lyon, they played a 3-quarter press. They almost let them out half the time. They did not press forward, and they went, well, we're not going to kill ourselves for this game. We think we're going to win it. Mm-hmm. I think against PSG, they're going to go back to pressing as high as they physically can.
Yeah, okay. Again, it's a style of play, isn't it? PSG and Lyon are a more direct side. They don't need to press Lyon because they know Lyon aren't going to keep the ball for 20 minutes like Barca would.
Exactly.
So, yeah, again, you'd think that's the only way Paris have got a chance in this one is to really be direct, try and get Neymar and obviously Mbappe on the ball, running in behind as much as you possibly can, and just to try and give space to some of the other attacking players as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But do you think can you see it though, Thomas? Can you see a shock?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to predict it, but I could see Paris Saint-Germain blowing Bayern out the water if they can get 2 or 3 at the beginning, because if Bayern have to play as open as they do sometimes, they'll get picked off just like PSG managed to RB Leipzig. But I'm going to say it now. I don't see that happening, but I do see an incredibly cagey football match. I don't see something where one side smashes the other. I think Bayern will go into this game knowing exactly what they want to do. I think PSG will see themselves as the underdogs, but Neymar and Mbappe are incredible. And I think this is going to end Bayern Munich 2, PSG 1.
I'm also going to think along a very similar lines. It's just impossible to back against Bayern Munich just because you look at this one and you think they don't have to play their best to beat this PSG side, whereas PSG absolutely do have to play their best to win it. I do wonder though, with Neymar misfiring as badly as he has, whether it is like almost a destiny that he's going to have a screamer in the final.
The thing is, for once, if they win, I mean, I hope no one's taking offense to this. Sometimes people get really angry when we predict like a favorite to win a football game.
Yeah, I can understand it though, because people are emotionally invested in their side.
But it's not that. It's, you look at this team and do I trust Marquinhos, Paredes, and Herrera up against Müller, Kimmich, Thiago, Javi Martin, like the midfield engine.
Yeah. And especially with the backup keeper in as well, with Keylor Navas. Yeah. Probably still out. He might come back and play, but I think Verratti might be in though. He was on the bench. I was surprised. He was on the bench for semi-finals. So he might be back. That's a good sign for them. But I am going to go just 1 goal better for each side, Thomas. Go for a cracker of a final. Bayern Munich 3, Paris Saint-Germain 2, hopefully after extra time. And let's just have a wonderful game of football.
Ian, I hear a rumor that we're going to be doing a live stream for this game.
You are correct, Thomas. Yes, that is right. We are doing a live stream for this match. It is a watch-along style, much like we did for the Oxford United versus Wycombe playoff final, which... No, I'm over it. Okay, no, I'm over it now. I promise you. So as you say, we won't be showing the game on the screen. But we will be like watching the game. If you want to watch it along with us, that'll be absolutely fine. And we'll love to have you along. It should be a lot of fun. And we'll release a bit more information about it in the next couple of days. We will indeed.
In the meantime, all that is left after we talked about two teams for almost like 15 straight minutes is for me to thank the people who commented on our videos. We can't thank who's liked it because apparently it won't let me check that, but thank everyone who's commented. Robert Allen, who wouldn't love to see a PSG versus Lyon final? Me. I didn't want to see it. I'm glad we're not seeing it. Christopher Smith said, let's have an all-French final. Christopher Smith can bugger off. Alexander Allen had a Bayern win and a PSG win. Well done. Ethan Hawkins had Leipzig and Bayern winning. Bad luck on one, but well done on the other. TS7 Spider said, is Di Maria in the PSG team? And I'm going to respond to that right now. Yes.
We don't know.
Mikolaj BBB has come back. He hasn't seen us in ages, but he predicted 4-1 Bayern and 2-1 PSG.
Oh, I must have hurt him to predict the Bayern win.
Yeah.
But thank you anyway for commenting.
Yeah. And then someone else said, Itzky Edsky said no love for an all-French final. I think he knows the answer to that based on my previous statement.
No, it's not that we didn't have love for it. It's just fucking impossible to predict it.
I have no love for the same country being in a final. It never makes for a good match.
You wouldn't want to see a Man United Liverpool final.
No,
you wouldn't want to see it. You wouldn't want to see a Liverpool Tottenham final.
No.
It's got to be surely always going to be a classic.
One of the most garbage games of football we had to watch all year, and it's the final match of the year. Like, ugh. Sam Boots had PSG winning 2-1 and Bayern 3-1. He said it's sad to see United's defense play so badly. Bruno for captain and Martial is better than Rashford. All good points. Shane O'Donnell had Leipzig losing to PSG and Bayern beating Lyon. That was all correct.
Well done, Shane.
Ninja AB had PSG winning. Well done, mate. This is my favorite comment of the thing. Kaikin thanked us for talking about how good Bayern were, basically, and talking about that, and said the media bias was kind of ridiculous, talking about how bad Barca were. But, end quote, Bayern made Barca play crap. So that was nice to see.
Yeah.
Robert Allen actually made a really good point 2 days ago. He said Lewandowski best striker in Oxford, ? He's second behind Matty Taylor. Like that.
And he was third until Mackie retired.
Legend. TS7 Spider also said Bayern and PSG to win. Well done. Darren Warburton had PSG and Bayern wins. Kurt said Lyon have been mad disrespected in this tournament. They've overachieved and pulled off a more impressive run than Ajax last year. They're not going to beat Bayern, but something tells me their run is going to be forgotten because their team doesn't have the likes of De Jong and Delete. Yeah, they probably aren't going to be as liked as Ajax, who were basically like average age 20 years old and tearing up European competition. But, Ajax also were very good in their home league, which led to a lot of respect for them, whereas Lyon have been dreadful in the French league. And maybe if it had been restarted, they'd have got up into a Champions League spot. But we'll have to see. If Lyon can use this as a bouncing board to get top 3 in France and come back in the Champions League, then maybe it's the beginning of something. But they're definitely, to me, got a bit lucky getting through to this point, and I think they were probably the weakest side in the competition in the Final Four, personally. So,
Thomas,
that's that. Thank you all for commenting, liking, subscribing. Please catch us on whatever day the final is. I think it's Sunday.
Sunday.
Anything else, Ian?
No. See us on Sunday, everybody.